comment blue, commentary, comment burgundy blue, commentary blue, commentary, burgundy, commentary, commentary.
Hey y'all, welcome to Burgundy Blue Commentary. So we're covering The Bear as promised. I am so mad because I had wrote a script out for the series and I did not have my auto draft saved on my doc. So we're gonna just wing it for this first episode. I'm just gonna cover the first episode. And if you're new to my channel, I go by Burgundy and I'm into fashion and all of that stuff, but I really cover only reality TV. I'm a Chicagoan, as you can tell by the intro. So I'm into fashion and wardrobe, but as my career, but I'm also like a big fan of Chicago shows. Now, Jeremy Allen White, he plays Carmen in The Bear, and like I said, we're just gonna do episode 1. But the reason I'm covering it is it's two of my favorite actors. One is Jeremy Allen White, who is you know him from Shameless. I was a Shameless watcher as well. He played Lip, and he really rides a good Chicago vibe. He's from New York, but and I noticed that a lot of actors in here, they are from New York, but they put them in the actors, and if you're not from Chicago and all of that, they sort of use the New York vibe to reflect Chicago, if that makes sense. So Jeremy Allen White, he definitely does it. But my second actor, you probably would have thought it would have been the young lady that plays Sydney, who I'll get to in a minute. But my second one is actually, I think it's Swoops or Gary. I think his name is Gary. But the actor is Corey Hendricks. And like I said, I lost my notes. He was on The Chi, and I actually love all his acting. He was on Fargo, he was on The Chi, and he's usually playing supportive roles. But when I tell y'all, he's so good. He's so good, and he's a Chicagoan, so I follow him a lot and just what he does in the acting genre, and I love him. So when I heard he was going to be on The Bear, I was like, let me just rush over there, because he's one of my favorite actors, and I think we're going to see him go really, really far. Okay, so let's get into episode 1. So this is a show about one of my favorite sandwiches from Chicago, Italian beef. But the show's not about Italian beefs, but it's about a family-owned restaurant, and the restaurant is called Chicago's Beef, right? So we open up with Carmi looking over bills, trying to figure out what to do. Everything's past due, wages are past due, and he's trying to figure it out so much that he's selling these retro denim suits. And I looked that up, and you guys put in the comments if I'm wrong, but basically the denim and the rivets and all that he was selling was nostalgic Chicago denim, like from people that worked on the L train and things like that, and it was worth tons of money. So he needed the money to buy beef, because the delivery person, who is Lou, he where he buys the meat from, he wanted 200 pounds, and they only gave him 25 pounds of bone-in beef. And the thing about Carmen is he's this world-renowned chef, where he worked for the best restaurant, like Michelin restaurant, like the best restaurant in the world in New York. And he really is like a gourmet chef. He went to school for it. His culinary skills are bar none. And now he's back home in Chicago running his family restaurant. So we close in on this obituary thing, and it's like a placeholder, and we find out that Carmen's brother died, right? So his name was Mike, and he just died at the end of the pandemic. So let's imagine that Carmen is facing not only what's going on in his family, the death of his family, lockdown, not being a gourmet chef anymore, coming here to this mom and pop restaurant, right? So he's doing that. So he's running around. Before the store opens, he has to come up with meat. They give him this bone-in thick piece of beef, and he has to make Italian thin sliced beef sandwiches. So he's braising and moisturizing and trying to figure out how to make this meat tender, using his gourmet skills. So he gets the meat, he's trying to open it, in comes his cousin. They go up with a cousin, but I think his name is Richie. But cousin comes in, just totally been around the family forever, disrespecting Carmen, and Carmen kind of bows down to his older cousin, I'm gonna say, because he's like, whatever. So he's coming in, he's like, don't change nothing, make some family style spaghetti. That's what people like. And Carmen's like, that's a mushy mess, I'm not making that. And they're like, don't change the menu. So we have Tina. Tina's old school too. She's been around forever, and she wants the stuff to stay the same. Like, it goes so far, like everyone's disrespected Carmen in this place. Now Carmen is he's totally culinary trained. So he's walking around calling everybody chef as a sign of respect. He's teaching them about green tape. He's teaching them about how to yell out corners, how to clean up after themselves, make this run in order. And nobody want to hear it. No, it got so bad that Tina's like, give me my pot. And he's like, I've been cooking this for 12 hours, this au jus or whatever he was cooking. And Tina was like, I don't care, this is my pot. Everybody knows this is my pot. And they were backing it up. And Tina's like this school, she's like the matriarch of the restaurant, as I can see. She's been there forever. So anyway, we close in. So we got a couple of other employees. We got I can't think of Corey Hendrick's character. I think it's Gary, but we got him and we don't know what he does. He's basically there and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that when I finish up the thing. And it's like, what is the thing? Like, we don't know what he does, but he works there. Then we have the pastry chef who makes the rolls for the Italian beef. We have the old school, he's foreign, I can't think of his name right now. And in walks in Sydney, came in, and that actress, I love her. She voices over Ayo, I believe her name is. But she does voiceovers for, remember Big Mouth? It's like a cartoon series, and one of the lead actresses had backed out because she was not a black actress that was voicing Mimi, I think her name was. But and she voices that, and she's a comedian as well. So I'm talking about Sydney. So she's a comedian. She does everything: modeling, comedian, stand-up, everything, acting. She's really good. So she is my favorite character so far. And she comes in. She has culinary training. So she comes in because she had visited Carmen restaurant before, and she saw that he was back, and she applied for the Chicago beef because she wanted to train under him, and she wanted to make a difference, and she wanted to have a meaningful place. She felt like that was a meaningful place. So today is her trial. Today is her trial to see if she's able to stay. So Carmen reads over her resume, sees her background, and she is, I think, the Culinary Institute of America, the CIA. She has real good background, and her role here that I noticed is to show us what it's like to be in a woman in the culinary business. Like, when I tell you this is rough, like, I didn't think people talked to each other this way, and how fast paced it was, and so how much pressure it was to be in this culinary environment. That's why I like this show. And I'm not a cook or anything like that. I just really like to see the different aspects. So anyway, we got cousin calling her a broad. She overhears it. Sydney overhears it. She hit a press. She's trying to ask Tina where's the food, the family style food, where she could use the food. She wants to use the food that they won't use for, like, she's looking for stale bread. She's looking for cans. She's looking for stuff that won't be used profit wise, that they need to use for business, but that she can make a meal out of, right? Because at 2 o'clock they eat family style, and they try her dish, right? So she's asking Tina, where can I find this? Where can I find that? And Tina is notorious for acting like she does not speak English, and she does. And so Sydney ended up knowing Spanish, and she was like, yeah, F off. Because she's asking Tina in Spanish, like, where can she find this food, right? And she's like, okay, cool, chef. Thank you, chef. And that's their sign of respect, is calling each other chef. Everyone's in the kitchen. So anyway, Sydney gets to cooking, stuff like that. Today is the Ball Busters tournament. So the Ball Busters tournament, they tweeted out that it was going to be there. This is like an old school, like Pac-Man game setup where people come in dressed like the characters, but they called it like a bootleg Mortal Kombat. And they come over to the Beef of Chicagoland. They come to the restaurant and they are lined up outside to buy sandwiches, and you know, this is going to be their day to make money. So Carmen has finished the Italian beef sandwiches. They are perfection. He has also told Marcus, who is a pastry chef, wants to be a pastry chef. He makes the rolls. He has told Marcus how to make better bread, how to like make the Italian beef rolls less crumbly. Marcus was mad at first because he was like, it's not me, it's this. And Carmen's like, no, just calm down. Put some water and some salt at the bottom of the oven. Try it out. Give it a try. And Marcus saw that worked, right? So since that worked, Marcus was like, all right, let me look up this Carmen a little more. He looked in a book and he saw all these beautiful pictures of all this work that Carmen had done. Now, we got to keep in mind, Carmen is young, and he made a name for himself, which I haven't gotten that far along, but can y'all put in the comments below? I know we opened up with the place being in debt, but wouldn't Carmi be kind of rich a little bit? Not rich, but financially sound? So I didn't understand why he had to open up he had to sell this and that, open up the ball buster machines, find quarters to find some money to buy the beef. You know what I mean? To buy the sandwiches, the meat for the sandwiches. I just didn't get that. I'm like, Carmen didn't have a couple of hundred to do that. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think. So yeah, so I'm sorry I lost track because I really just thought about that. So anyway, we find out that the sandwiches are good. Meanwhile, our cousin is going off in the background because nobody's listening to him because he's a total jerk because he just wants stuff to be the same. We find out that he's going through co-parenting issues with his ex. We find out he's just all over the place. He can't get it together. And he was supposed to do something in the bathroom. He goes to the bathroom. He finds a letter from Mike to Carmi. And it's on the floor, like behind the lockers or whatever. And he found a letter. He put it on Carmi's desk, and then he goes back and put the letter back on the floor in between the lockers. Like, he didn't even let Carmi know that this is available to him. So yeah, it was kind of cool, kind of weird. So they opened up. Everybody loved the sandwiches, including Tina. Everybody loved the sandwiches and the beef. And let me tell you, our girl Sydney, her dish was fire, but Carmi didn't really want to try it at first. She made like plantains over a salad with some braised beef or something like that. And it was really good. And yeah, she's hired. So y'all, I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna watch some more episodes. I really want to I basically finished the series, but I wanted to just bring you an intro. I wanted to see how many people were interested in seeing the reviews of The Bear. I love this show. It's on the north side. You know, I'm a south sider, but they place it on the north side, and there's so much nostalgia. It brought back so many good memories. I could relate to a lot of things that was going on. I forgot to add that Sugar, who is the sister to Mike, who's now deceased, and Carmi, she's trying to get Carmi to go to an Al-Anon meeting. So I'm assuming something happened with that. And you guys, it's just really good. It's a lot of pressure. It's fast paced. You rooting for people. It's a lot of different personalities. Yeah. So let me know. Are you watching The Bear? And I'll be back, and let me know like what you took out of the first 2 episodes. All right. Until next time, as always, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Commentary blue. Commentary. Burgundy. Commentary. Comment blue. Commentary. Comment burgundy blue. Commentary blue. Commentary. Burgundy. Commentary. Comment.